I'm Jen Fields. I'm the Student Development Coordinator here in Student Media, the full-time professional staff member. Student Media provides a space for students to create content for other students in the campus community. Student-produced content is so important because students are in tune with other students' lives and they know what's relevant to the community. I continue to be so impressed with students' hard work, dedication, and professionalism in this office.
I'm Logan Potter, and I'm the editor-in-chief of the Arbiter. So I basically run all the day-to-day functions of the Arbiter, everything from putting the paper together to shaping story ideas with writers to helping coordinate what photo and design will look like on each of our stories, whether online or in print. I come in at 8 o'clock every morning and start putting the paper together and printing it so that our copy editor can see it. We get copy edits done. The writers are putting together their headlines and subheads, all of these really minuscule details that when you pick up a copy of the Arbiter, you're not thinking about. It's really easy to bypass the work that can go into something like a cut line under a photo or the dates being correct on each page, but those are the things that we focus the hardest on because our reporting is extremely important, but on production day, our paper is important, and that means how it looks visually, what the writing is like, and all those little details that we put so much work into really come to fruition in a great way. So while production day is very stressful and hectic, and sometimes I think we dread it a little bit, at the end of the day we are so proud of the product that comes out of it, and there has never been a time where the paper has come out and we haven't all been equally as excited to have put that much work into it.
My name is Kelsey Rose, and I am the General Manager of University Pulse Radio. Pulse Radio is online 24/7, so students are producing shows every day of the week of all varieties. And then inside the office, we're constantly thinking of new events or new ideas or new ways to get people involved. Applying for your own show is as easy as going to our website and filling out the involvement application. After that, they interview with the GM for 15 minutes just to help them kind of craft their show in the most perfect way possible, and then you're on the air. University Pulse Radio is important to campus because it's a place that people of all different backgrounds and all different interests can come together and still be part of one unified whole.
I am Maddie Saglecki, and I'm the graphic design manager here at Student Media. So in graphic design, we work on covers, visuals, graphics, illustrations, and we do all the visuals for the newspaper as well as the University Pulse Radio. So a typical day is a Friday normally, and we sit down in our budget meetings and plan out the visuals and graphics that need to go into the paper for the next few weeks. We talk about designs and what best would support our writers and their stories. The ad spaces in the paper are predetermined through our clients. I work with the sales team at Student Media, and that means essentially that each week someone will buy a space in the paper for their advertisements, and I have to plan my stories around that and plan the spaces, so word counts, pictures, if a story can go on this page or that page, as well as whether I have to change certain layouts in the rest of the paper.
My name is Mackenzie Hudson, and I'm the digital content manager for Student Media. We take photos for the Arbiter and the University Pulse, as well as other student organizations and campus departments, and then external clients. Typical day in my world of student media involves looking to see what needs to get done for the Arbiter content as well as content for the University Pulse. I'll go out and take photos for whatever is needed, and then I'll get those edited, and I get those up into the servers so others in the office can use them.
We're also hired out by organizations on and off campus, and so we have to make sure we're on top of those projects throughout the year.
The Arbiter digital content and design continue to win awards at the state level for editorial content, photography, videography, design. And we've also seen our national recognition grow as students have been finalists at the National College Media Convention for the Pacemakers and the Pinnacle Awards.
Student media is important to Boise State for a number of reasons, but I think that speaking specifically about the Arbiter, there is something extremely rewarding about having a central campus news source that's dedicated to the student body. Our goal is and has always been to ensure that the student body is informed about what is going on their campus as well as around like the Boise community. And so for students to have us as like a central campus news source is not only extremely rewarding for the students who are working in the student media office and putting this newspaper and the content in it together, but also for the students who are picking up that student-produced work, because it's not an adult somewhere in the Boise community telling them what's going on their campus. It's somebody who's sharing their experiences, telling them what is happening on campus. So it's more of a vicarious relationship than one of simply having the information handed to them, because they can be just as involved in gathering it as we are. I think the biggest thing that I've learned being part of student media is the growth that I'll see not only in myself but in my staff as well. In the last year since moving from culture editor to editor-in-chief, I've seen a big change in the staff that have retained their positions or moved into different positions since being in student media, but I've also seen really huge change in myself since being a first semester freshman who came in as the culture reporter to now being a senior and being the editor-in-chief.
I think it's made my college experience amazing. Like, I can't say enough positive things about it. I've got to know some of the best people on campus, and we're really a family here, and I've gotten the opportunity to expand on my portfolio and really help me narrow down what I want to do when I graduate. And I've grown as not only as a person, but as a student and as an employee here, and as someone who's going to go in this field of work. I've gotten the opportunity to step out of my comfort zone and get comfortable doing things I never thought I'd be able to do on my own. It's really just, we're all super close-knit here, and you have the best support system here, and I don't think you'll get a better support system anywhere else on campus.
I've gotten a lot out of student media. It was something that was pretty surprising to me. I thought that this was just going to be a good job opportunity, but it ended up becoming so much more than that. It ended up being an opportunity for me to grow personally, to grow friendships, to grow just in so many more ways than I could have ever imagined. And I've made I'm assuming some of my best friends out of this job, as well as people that I'll probably work with professionally later on in my life.
Working at student media has enhanced my college experience by giving me the confidence I need in front of a microphone or in front of the camera, or just collaborating with other creatives on a day-to-day basis. And it gave me the professional skills I needed to be ready for my future career, and led me to a great internship in Los Angeles this summer with SiriusXM. I would say one of the most valuable things I've learned is how to work with other creative people who have different ideas than you do to create a greater product than you could have done on your own.
I think that students should apply to be part of student media because it's more than just a job. There are a lot of perks. You'll get to attend a lot of really great events, and you'll meet a lot of really great people. But I think that the most fascinating part of being a piece of what student media is not only your own professional development, but your personal development as a member of a team as well. The student media team is definitely a lot like a family, and not only are you enjoying those perks and benefits of having those professional development experiences, but you're doing it with people that you really, truly enjoy the company of. And I think that's probably the best part of being in the office.
I think students should apply to be part of student media, especially for digital content, because it gives them the opportunity to expand their portfolio and to gain new experiences. On top of taking photos at events, you get to learn new softwares and new equipment, and you get to try out things you don't really get the opportunity to try out. You get to attend all those little events you hear about, but you actually get to go, be a part of it, take photos to capture all those moments, and you really just get to experience school in a different way than others get to experience school.
People should apply to student media because there's not an opportunity like this anywhere that I can imagine across campus. Not something that is so personal and so free to make your own experience. And I think that if people knew more about this position and what kind of opportunities you have to grow here, I think that this would be way more competitive of a place to work, because this is such like a secret gem to work at and to grow from.
Students should work at the Pulse because you get incredible professional experience that you can't have within the classroom. So whether that's audio production skills or social media management or just management of 50 people, that's not something you can do just in a classroom, and I think it's pretty invaluable. If you want to test your creative limits and also become a media professional, then this is the place for you.